Whether you're doing YouTube, streaming on Twitch, or simply gaming online, regardless, you need to have an acceptable microphone. Now, normally people just buy a random Amazon $20 microphone and just use that, but for professional purposes or even personal purposes, those sound horrible without proper filters. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the difference between good and bad microphones and then show you guys what filters you should use for both cases. Now, of course, you need to have OBS, but you should also install a software named Reaper, which gives a handful of advanced filters that allow you to better adjust your mic for better results. Now, for the microphones, I have my previous microphone, the Toner T30, which was about $32 and definitely isn't bad, but it's about as good as you would expect $32 would get you. Now, for the second microphone, which is now my new microphone, I have the Fifine AmpliTank K688, which was sent by the good people over at Fifine, so big thanks to them for sending this microphone. It has support for USB and XLR, sounds really good, which you'll see later, and has a really sleek and professional design, which explains why it won an award for its design in 2022. This microphone is about 80 buckaroos, so over double the price as the old microphone. Now let's go over the difference between these microphones. First, this is my old microphone. This is the K688. As you can hear, the Toner microphone sounds alright, but compared to the 3 filters the AmpliTank uses, that is not good at all. The microphone is very bassy, but the AmpliTank microphone with just 3 filters, noise suppression, Reaper noise gate, and Reaper EQ sounds really good, but it doesn't actually need those filters per se. It sounds really good without any. This is how they sound. This is the AmpliTank K688 with 0 filters, and this is my old microphone with 0 filters. As you can hear, the Toner microphone sounds horrible without any filters, and the AmpliTank sounds really good without any filters. This entire portion of the video was just to show the difference between buying a cheap microphone and buying a more expensive microphone, so you can buy whichever one fits in your budget. Now, let's go over the filters that you should use for these microphones. Now, currently I am using the AmpliTank K688, and out of the box, it actually sounds really good, but it doesn't hurt to add a few more filters just so in your games and for professional reasons, it sounds even better. Now, first, all you want to do is go to these 3 dots and then go to filters, and this will show you all of the audio filters that you can add. Now, of course, I already have done these things, so there is already a lot here, but if you've never done this, all you need to do is just go to plus, and there are plenty that you can add. Now, if you added Reaper, like I suggested in the beginning of the video, all you need to do is just go here to the plus, and then go to VST 2.x plugin, and then once you do that, name it anything you want, and then go to this drop down, and then you'll be able to see all of the plugins that you have added. For instance, I have Transpire, which is an entirely different plugin, which if you guys want to know about that, I'll make another video on that. But as you can see, we see all of the Reaper plugins. So these will be very useful compared to, let's say, for instance, we have the OBS noise gate, which is not bad, but it's also not the greatest. It's not nearly as good as the Reaper noise gate. Now, all you want to do is create the VST 2.x plugin and then click on regate or re-EQ. Now, of course, if I delete this, you can see what filters I'm currently using. So I'm only using 3 filters: noise suppression, temp EQ new, and noise gate new. Now, the only other one that I would say that you should probably use if you use this exact microphone is gain. This will allow you to turn up your microphone, which this microphone can definitely use some turning up, but I'm pretty sure the reason why I got rid of this or disabled this filter is because you can actually turn up the gain in Windows. So I'm pretty sure I just did that, but you can also increase the gain on the microphone from here if that's what you want to do. But focusing on the main filters for the K688, you want to go to noise suppression, and you want to set the method to RNN noise or RN noise. And you don't want to use speaks because that just does not sound nearly as good. And if you're scared of the more CPU usage, just know that this probably won't change anything with your games. So you won't get less FPS or a noticeable change in your gameplay by using RNN noise. So just use this because this is way better than speaks. Then go to your VST plugin, temp EQ new, or that's what you can name it, but it's simply the Reaper EQ. Open plugin, and as you can see here, all I pretty much did was increase the bass. So this area is the bass. I'm pretty sure 3 is the boxy area. I may be wrong about that, but if you increase this, it makes your voice sound more boxy. You might be hearing that right now, but I'm going to keep this normal. And for this microphone, I only needed to increase the bass, because one thing I can say is that this microphone can make your voice sound really thin. So if you want to have more bass in your voice when you're recording or streaming or whatever you're doing, you should increase 1 and just go up, and you can hear my voice getting more bassy. But this is about the perfect range, at least for me. Again, everybody has a different room setup, so you may have more couches or a bigger bed in your room, or you may have some foam on your walls that will help with echo, but you can change this however you want to. Honestly, the last one that you'll need to focus on is the re-gate or Reaper gate. This is the noise gate, and this is a lot easier to control than the bass noise gate that OBS gives you. So just open plugin interface, and you can see that you have a slider right here. Now, the higher you make this, the more it will cut out. So for instance, if I set this, I'll just remember this, -64.8. If I set this higher to about here, that means that this green, or these green bars, will need to get higher than the slider to actually get picked up. So for instance, I will set this all the way up, and you will not hear me at all, even when I talk. Right? There we go. And as I decrease this more and more, you can see that you can hear me. So before you couldn't hear me even though I was talking the entire time, but yeah, that's basically how the noise gate works. And then you have all of these other settings. To be honest, I'm not very knowledgeable of all of these other settings, so you'll have to go on Google or YouTube. There are plenty of other people who understand these settings more than I do, and they can help you a lot better. So to be honest, do not control these unless you know what you're doing, because of course you may mess up something. And there you go. So if you have the Fifine Amplitank K688, you only need these 3 filters. But if you have a slightly cheaper microphone or lower quality microphone that isn't nearly as good and sounds about how I showed you guys my toner microphone sounded without any filters, then you do want to add a lot more filters. But the filters stay about the same, but of course you will need a lot more. So I have the transient processor. This is not needed, but it definitely helps. And then you have the EQ. If I open this, you can see I have changed a lot more for the toner microphone. So you can turn these up and down depending on how you want your microphone to sound. Of course, the Reaper EQ also have its own gain, so you can also control that here. And then of course you have the compressor. This will help your mic sound slightly better or more bassier. I'm not really sure how much this does, but of course this does work very well. And if you look at my older videos, or to be honest, my last video, you'll be able to hear how the toner mic sounds compared to this one. Then of course we have the re-gate, and then we also have the noise gate. So before, for the toner microphone, I was using the plug-in re-gate and also noise gate. And then I was also turning down my microphone because that microphone just picked up a lot more and was also a lot louder. But to this microphone, the Fifine Amplitank K688 does not have that issue. Thank you guys for watching, and thanks again to Fifine for sending in the Amplitank K688. A link for this microphone will be put in the description. In conclusion, you can buy whatever microphone fits in your budget, but just be aware that nicer quality but more expensive microphones like the K688 will be better than the cheaper, lower quality ones. And this K688 is really good, so if you're looking for a new microphone, this may be the one.